Welcome back, my beautiful people. Today I am back with another video from the series of verbs conjugated. So we will explore, well, not 3 but 5 different tenses. Yes, because in this video, apart from the present tense, apart from the past tense and the future tense that you've gotten to know so far, and if you haven't, just check out the rest of this series of the videos, you will also find out about the future complex and subjunctive. We do have a subjunctive in Polish. I know this subject is a little bit difficult for some people, but don't worry because I know how to make this easy for you. So I'll see you right after the intro. So today, the verb that we will explore is the verb to want. I know, this verb is super important. Chcieć. Chcieć. Very typical sounds in the Polish language. Here we have a great example. We have a double letter CH, ch. We have a double letter CI, ci, which is a soft version of the short chi with this little accent that we see on top. So the infinitive is chcieć. Here we have all the persons and let's get into it. So, ja chcę, 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 chcę. So even though we have the letter L, when we speak, we don't really accentuate it. So we just say it as if it was a normal E. So, ja chcę, ty chcesz, on, ona, ono chce, chce, my chcemy, wy chcecie, oni, one chcą. So that was the present tense. The next tense we will go into is future simple, and I call it simple because it's a very simple tense. If you know how to conjugate the verb to be in its future way, then you will know how to conjugate any verb in the future simple, knowing its infinitive and knowing the verb to be conjugated. So go back to this video if you have no clue what I'm talking about, because it's absolutely essential for any future conjugations in the Polish language. But right now, the final verb sounds like this. Ja będę chcieć, będę chcieć. Again, even though we have a lot of L's, the ones that are at the end, we never really pronounce. Okay, we make it very simple. But the ones in the middle of the word, we do pronounce. So it's not ja będę, będę, no, it's będę. At least a little bit we have to accent it, okay? So ja będę chcieć. And we actually don't have to even use the personal pronouns because the verbs are conjugated in a way that they do indicate the person to whom we are speaking. So, ja będę chcieć. Ty będziesz chcieć. Będziesz chcieć. On, ona, ono będzie chcieć. My będziemy chcieć. Wy będziecie chcieć. Oni, one będą chcieć. And the only really thing you need to know to be able to conjugate this verb in the future simple is to know your verb to be really well and to be able to pronounce the Polish letters. But now, after future simple, I've decided not to wait any longer, but to straight touch upon the topic of future complex, because future complex is important and it is used a lot. Sometimes it is interchangeable with the future simple. The situation in which it isn't is when we have another verb following it in its infinitive. So I will show you examples in a minute, so don't panic, okay? We will get there. Here we have the future complex, and I know it looks complex, but don't worry, because what it really is, it's again a future tense of the verb to be conjugated, just like in the future simple. And then what we are actually using in the second part of the actual verb chcieć, which in the future simple stays in its infinitive, here we have it conjugated in its past tense. I know, right? It's crazy. So the verb sounds like this. Ja będę chciał. Będę chciał. If I am a man. But if I am a woman, I will say ja będę chciała. Chciała. Ty będziesz chciał if you're a man. Or chciała if you're a woman. On będzie chciał. Ona będzie chciała. Ono będzie chciało. My będziemy chciały if we're a group of women. Chciały. But if we're a group of males or mixed group, we will say będziemy chcieli. Chcieli. Wy będziecie chciały. Wy będziecie chcieli. One będą chciały. Oni będą chcieli. And that's the future complex. I know you're looking at it and be like, oh, what is this? I know it can be a little bit overwhelming. But as I said, you don't have to too much worry about it because a lot of times you can either use future simple or you can use future complex, whichever you prefer. There are, of course, moments in which the native speakers will, lean more toward one or the other. And that's just by the weight of speech. It does not mean that the other choice, which is the future simple, would be incorrect, because grammatically it will be correct. The one rule that you must remember that indicates that you must use future complex is when you create a sentence with two verbs and the second verb goes in the infinitive, we must use future complex. So as you can see here, I have sentences for you as an example. So, wreszcie będę mogła odpocząć. Finally, I will be able to rest. So as you can see here, the to rest, odpocząć, is in its infinitive. And the verb before it, it is conjugated in the future complex because we are referring to the future. That in the future, finally after working, I will be able to rest. So I will be is conjugated when to rest is in its infinitive. So these type of constructions do require the future complex because we cannot have two infinitives beside each other. We cannot say wreszcie będę móc odpocząć. No, you can't have two infinitives beside each other. That's the reason for it. Someone might tell you, I know you. You will want to buy a new bag. You always do. I know you. So, znam cię. I know you. Znam cię. Będziesz chciała kupić nową torebkę. Będziesz chciała. You will want. Będziesz chciała. A female, no? Kupić, to buy. So that's what you have to remember about future complex. So the most important thing is probably to kind of start accustoming yourself to the idea that there is such tense. And as I marked colors, they will help you because we will see more of those coming in the next videos of this series. So you will finally get the gist of it, of how to do it. Don't worry. Next thing I wanted to show you is the subjunctive. We actually call it in Polish czas przypuszczający, assumptive, speculative tense. So it's when you translate it, it becomes a subjunctive in English, but it actually also works as a conditional too. So we have one tense for the two functions. Here I have marked the endings again: blue for male, masculine rather, pink for feminine, and in the third person singular ono, it, I have marked it in black. Let's conjugate it. Ja chciałbym, if I am a male. Chciałabym, if I am a female. Chciałbym. Chciałabym. Ty chciałbyś. Ty chciałabyś. On chciałby. Ona chciałaby. Ono chciałoby. My chcielibyśmy. If we're a mixed group or a group of males. My chciałybyśmy. Chciałybyśmy. If we're females. Wy chciałybyście, wy chcielibyście, oni chcieliby, one chciałyby. You might be thinking it seems familiar, and by all means it does, because how do we make the subjunctive? And one that actually also works as a conditional, so it's extremely useful. Very simple. We actually only add the suffix bim to the past tense that we've seen already in the future complex. So when I said in the future complex będę chciała, I will want to, I just make it, I just remove the będę, because no longer am I referring to future. I am, speculating. I am using a subjunctive tense, a conditional tense, and I will just, to that past tense that we've seen there, add the suffix bim, and voila, it's there. So it couldn't be made more easy. And actually, it is extremely used tense in Polish, because it also works as a conditional, as a subjunctive. So it covers a variety of functions whenever we are not certain of something and we're only speculating. So also as a, being a cordial, being, polite way. In a shop, I will not say chcę bułkę, I want a baguette. I will say chciałabym bułkę. I would like the baguette. And moving on to our past tense, and this is the past tense that is called niedokonany, which is non-terminated, not finished. It's as if past continuous, so that's our relevance in English. As you can see, sounds similar in everything. I love how we can connect it in this video with the other past tenses that we've used in future complex and in the subjunctive conditional, and you can see the resemblance. So make sure to pause the video, analyze the connections, because this is something that will help you a lot. Let's conjugate it. Ja chciałam, if I'm a female. Chciałem, if I'm a male. Ty chciałaś. Ty chciałeś. On chciał. Ona chciała. Ono chciało. My chcieliśmy, if we're a group of males or mixed group. My chciałyśmy, if we're females. Wy chcieliście. Wy chciałyście. Oni chcieli. One chciały. And that's it, guys. I hope this was not too difficult. Please let me know in the comments what you think, if you like this type of videos, or maybe if you want to stick just with in this series, to just stick with the the present, the present, future simple, and past tense, and not discover more of the future complex and subjunctive. I just thought it would be useful to have everything in one video for you when you're watching those videos, so you can reference back. And yeah, I would appreciate your feedback. Please leave me a like, share this video, or subscribe to this channel, because that really helps me. I'm so happy you're all here, forming part of this community of Spanglishers, I call you, because in my Instagram, we are actually called Spanglishers, because Spanglish is my Instagram. So, join me there. I would love to see you there, and thank you. Bye.